Welcome to SV Exam Mantra. In today's practice session, we will discuss 12 very important and new questions based on today's top current affairs. So let's get started without any delay. Here is question 1. Topic: Indian Polity and Constitution. Read this carefully. Who launched the IASE Civil List 2026? Option A, Amit Shah. Option B, Dr. Jitendra Singh. Option C, Nirmala Sitharaman. Option D, Rajnath Singh. And the correct answer is option B, Dr. Jitendra Singh. If your answer was correct, your preparation is excellent. If not, no worries, this fact is now permanently locked in your memory. Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Union Minister, launched the IASE Civil List 2026. Amit Shah is the Union Minister of Home Affairs and Cooperation. Nirmala Sitharaman is the Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs. Rajnath Singh is the Union Minister of Defence. Important exam tip: the IASE Civil List is a digital directory providing comprehensive information about Indian administrative service officers. This initiative aims to enhance administrative efficiency, transparency, and talent management in public administration. Moving on to question 2. Focus on this important point about agriculture and rural development. When are kharif crops primarily sown in India? Option A, November to March. Option B, January to April. Option C, June to October. Option D, March to June. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is June to October. If your attempt was right, congratulations. If not, don't be disheartened, this is the best opportunity to learn and improve. Kharif crops are also known as monsoon crops and are typically sown with the onset of the rainy season, which occurs from June to October in India. November to March is the sowing period for Rabi crops. January to April and March to June are periods for other agricultural cycles like late Rabi or Z crops, respectively. Important exam tip: kharif crops are heavily dependent on the monsoon rains and are vital for India's food security and agricultural economy. Major kharif crops include rice, maize, jowar, bajra, and cotton. Here is question 3. Topic: Judiciary and Legal Affairs. Read this carefully. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, is primarily constituted as which type of body in India? Option A constitutional body. Option B, a statutory body. Option C, an executive body. Option D, an advisory body. And the correct answer is option B, a statutory body. If your answer was correct, your preparation is excellent. If not, no worries, this fact is now permanently locked in your memory. The NHRC is a statutory body, established by the Protection of Human Rights Act, 1993. A constitutional body is established directly by the Constitution of India. An executive body is formed by a resolution or order of the executive. While it provides advice, its fundamental legal classification is statutory, not merely advisory. Important exam tip: the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, was established in 1993 under the Protection of Human Rights Act. It serves to protect and promote human rights in India and investigate violations. Moving on to question 4. Focus on this important point about social issues and welfare. The Hajj Committee of India, responsible for facilitating the annual Hajj pilgrimage for Indian Muslims, is a statutory body established under which of the following? Option A, the Hajj Committee Act, 1959. Option B, the Hajj Committee Act, 2002. Option C, a presidential order under Article 340 of the Constitution. Option D, a resolution by the Ministry of External Affairs. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is the Hajj Committee Act, 2002. If your attempt was right, congratulations. If not, don't be disheartened, this is the best opportunity to learn and improve. The Hajj Committee of India is a statutory body established under the Hajj Committee Act, 2002. The Hajj Committee Act, 1959, was repealed and replaced by the 2002 Act. Article 340 of the Constitution pertains to the appointment of a commission to investigate the conditions of backward classes. The Hajj Committee functions under the Ministry of Minority Affairs, not External Affairs, and is established by an Act of Parliament, not merely a ministry resolution. Important exam tip: the Hajj Committee of India is an autonomous body under the administrative control of the Ministry of Minority Affairs. It is responsible for making arrangements for the pilgrimage of Muslims to Makkah and Medina. Now let's move to question 5. This aspect of sports and games comes up frequently in exams. What is the highest rank achieved by Arjun Singh in the Indian Air Force? Option A, Air Chief Marshal. Option B, Marshal of the Air Force. Option C, Field Marshal. Option D, Admiral of the Fleet. The correct answer is option B, Marshal of the Air Force. Keep building that conceptual clarity. Now let us understand the reason and analysis behind this. Arjun Singh was conferred the rank of Marshal of the Air Force in 2002, a 5-star rank equivalent to Field Marshal in the Army. He is the only officer of the Indian Air Force to have held this rank. Air Chief Marshal is the highest operational rank for the Chief of the Indian Air Force. Field Marshal is the highest rank in the Indian Army, a 5-star rank. Admiral of the Fleet is a ceremonial 5-star rank in some navies, but not conferred in India. Important exam tip: Marshal of the Air Force is a 5-star rank, the highest in the Indian Air Force, and is largely ceremonial. Arjun Singh was the only officer to achieve this rank and was a hero of the 1965 Indo-Pak War. Dear students, if today's important questions are useful for your preparation, please like this session and subscribe to the channel. Also share your feedback in the comment box below. Moving on to question 6. Focus on this important point about health and medical affairs. What landmark milestone has India achieved recently concerning organ donation pledges? Option A, 1 lakh pledges. Option B, 2 lakh pledges. Option C, 5 lakh pledges. Option D, 10 lakh pledges. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is 5 lakh pledges. If your attempt was right, congratulations. If not, don't be disheartened, this is the best opportunity to learn and improve. India has achieved a significant milestone by securing 5,500,000 pledges for organ donation. 1 lakh pledges is an incorrect number for this specific achievement. 2 lakh pledges is also an incorrect figure for this milestone. 10 lakh pledges is higher than the reported milestone. Important exam tip: organ donation is the process of surgically removing an organ or tissue from one person and placing it into another person. The National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, NOTTO, is the apex body in India for all activities related to organ and tissue donation and transplantation. Here is question 7. Topic: Indian polity and constitution. Read this carefully. Who among the following generally administers the oath of office to a newly elected member of the Rajya Sabha? Option A, the President of India. Option B, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Option C, the Prime Minister of India. Option D, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And the correct answer is option D, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. If your answer was correct, your preparation is excellent. If not, no worries, this fact is now permanently locked in your memory. The Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, who is also the Vice President of India, generally administers the oath of office to newly elected members of the Rajya Sabha. The President of India administers the oath to the Vice President, Prime Minister, and other high constitutional functionaries. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha administers the oath to members of the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister does not administer oaths to members of Parliament. Important exam tip: the Vice President of India is the ex officio Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The term of a Rajya Sabha member is 6 years, with 1/3 of its members retiring every 2 years. Moving on to question 8. Focus on this important point about agriculture and rural development. The Strait of Hormuz connects which two major water bodies? Option A, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Option B, Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea. Option C, Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean. Option D, Black Sea and Sea of Azov. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea. If your attempt was right, congratulations. If not, don't be disheartened, this is the best opportunity to learn and improve. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow, strategically important waterway that connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea, providing the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. The Red Sea and Gulf of Aden are connected by Bab el-Mandeb. The Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean are connected by the Strait of Gibraltar. The Black Sea and Sea of Azov are connected by the Kerch Strait. Important exam tip: the Strait of Hormuz is a crucial maritime choke point, especially for global oil and gas shipments, as it is the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Its strategic importance makes it a focal point for international trade and geopolitical interests. Here is question 9. Topic: Agriculture and Rural Development. Read this carefully. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf with which other major body of water? Option A, Red Sea. Option B, Bay of Bengal. Option C, Arabian Sea. Option D, Mediterranean Sea. And the correct answer is option C, Arabian Sea. If your answer was correct, your preparation is excellent. If not, no worries, this fact is now permanently locked in your memory. The Strait of Hormuz is a strategically vital waterway that links the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman, which in turn leads to the Arabian Sea. The Red Sea is connected to the Mediterranean Sea via the Suez Canal. The Bay of Bengal is located east of the Indian subcontinent. The Mediterranean Sea is situated between Europe, Africa, and Asia. Important exam tip: the Strait of Hormuz is considered one of the world's most important choke points for global oil and gas shipments. It is approximately 39 kilometers, 21 nautical miles, wide at its narrowest point. Now let's move to question 10. This aspect of agriculture and rural development comes up frequently in exams. Which vital waterway connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea? Option A, Strait of Malacca. Option B, Strait of Hormuz. Option C, Bab el-Mandeb. Option D, Strait of Gibraltar. The correct answer is option B, Strait of Hormuz. Keep building that conceptual clarity. Now let us understand the reason and analysis behind this. The Strait of Hormuz is a strategically important waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. It is crucial for global energy shipments. The Strait of Malacca connects the Andaman Sea to the South China Sea. Bab el-Mandeb connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden, Arabian Sea. The Strait of Gibraltar connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. Important exam tip: the Strait of Hormuz is a narrow strait located between Oman and Iran. It serves as the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean and is one of the world's most strategically important choke points. Here is question 11. Topic: Economy and Finance. Read this carefully. Which country is projected to become the world's leading ship recycling nation by the year 2025? Option A, China. Option B, India. Option C, Bangladesh. Option D, Turkey. And the correct answer is option B, India. If your answer was correct, your preparation is excellent. If not, no worries, this fact is now permanently locked in your memory. India is projected to achieve the status of the world's leading ship recycling nation by 2025. China is a major maritime power but not projected as the top ship recycling nation for 2025. Bangladesh is currently a significant ship recycling nation but is not projected to be the world's leading nation by 2025. Turkey is also involved in ship recycling but is not projected to be the top nation by 2025. Important exam tip: ship recycling is the process of dismantling old or obsolete vessels to recover materials, primarily steel, for reuse. This industry plays a crucial role in global sustainable practices and resource recovery. Moving on to question 12. Focus on this important point about economy and finance. What is the base year for the index of 8 core industries in India? Option A, 2004-05. Option B, 2011-12. Option C, 2017-18. Option D, 2008-09. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is 2011-12. If your attempt was right, congratulations. If not, don't be disheartened, this is the best opportunity to learn and improve. The index of 8 core industries in India uses the fiscal year 2011-12 as its base year for calculation. Option A, 2004-05, was previously used as a base year for other economic indices like WPI and IIP. Option C, 2017-18, is not the current base year for this index. Option D, 2008-09, is not the base year for the index of 8 core industries. Important exam tip: the 8 core industries are coal, crude oil, natural gas, refinery products, fertilizer, steel, cement, and electricity. These industries represent a significant portion of industrial production and have a combined weight of 40.27% in the Index of Industrial Production, IIP. Before we move ahead, Let's do a quick revision of all the important facts from today's session so they are firmly set in your mind. 1. Who launched the IASE Civil List 2026? Answer. Dr. Jitendra Singh 2. When are kharif crops primarily sown in India? Answer. June to October 3. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, is primarily constituted as which type of body in India? Answer. A statutory body. 4. The Hajj Committee of India, responsible for facilitating the annual Hajj pilgrimage for Indian Muslims, is a statutory body established under which of the following? Answer. The Hajj Committee Act, 2002. 5. What is the highest rank achieved by Arjun Singh in the Indian Air Force? Answer. Marshal of the Air Force. Revision continues. Part 2/3, Facts 6 to 10 is to 6. What landmark milestone has India achieved recently concerning organ donation pledges? Answer. 5 lakh pledges. 7. Who among the following generally administers the oath of office to a newly elected member of the Rajya Sabha? Answer. The chairman of the Rajya Sabha. 8. The Strait of Hormuz connects which two major water bodies? Answer. Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea. 9. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf with which other major body of water? Answer. Arabian Sea. 10. Which vital waterway connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea? Answer. Strait of Hormuz. Revision continues. Part 3/3, Facts 11 to 12. 11. Which country is projected to become the world's leading ship recycling nation by the year 2025? Answer. India. 12. What is the base year for the index of 8 core industries in India? Answer. 2011-12. Remember all these facts well. They will definitely help you in the exam. So students, what was your score today? Type weekly test in the comment box below to get our website's live test link and check your preparation. Join our Telegram channel for today's free PDF. See you again tomorrow. Keep studying.